This is the prologue of The Darkest Hour by Erin Hunter. Rain fell steadily, drumming on the hard black thunderpath that led between unending rows of stone two-legged nests. From time to time a monster snarled past, its eyes glaring, and a single two-leg scurried along, huddled into its shiny pelt. Two cats slipped silently around the corner, keeping close to the walls where the shadows were deepest. A skinny gray Tom with a ragged ear and bright, watchful eyes went first. Every hair on his body slicked dark with the wet. Behind him prowled a huge tabby with massive shoulders and muscles that slid smoothly under his rain-soaked pelt. His amber eyes glowed in the harsh light, and his gaze shifted back and forth as he expected an attack. He paused where the dark entrance to a two-legged nest offered a little shelter and growled. How much further? This place stinks. The gray Tom glanced back. Not far now. It had better not be. Grimacing, the dark brown tabby paddled on, ears twitching irritably to flick away the raindrops. Harsh yellow light angled across him, and he flinched as a monster roared around the corner, throwing up a wave of filthy water that reeked of two-leg rubbish. The cat let out a snarl as the water slopped around his paws, and the spray drizzled down on his fur. Everything about the two-legged place disgusted him. The hard surface under his paws, the stench of monsters in the two legs that they carried their bellies, the unfamiliar noises, and most of all, the way they could not survive here without a guide. The tabby was not used to depending on another cat for anything. In the forest, he knew every tree, every stream, every rabbit hole. He was considered the strongest and most dangerous warrior in all the clans. Now his sharpened skills and senses were useless. He felt as if he were deaf, blind, and lame, reduced to following his companion like a kit trailing helplessly after his mother. But it would be worth it. The tabby's whiskers twitched in anticipation. He had already launched a plan that would turn his most hated memories into helpless prey in their own territory. When the dogs attacked, no cat would suspect that they had been lured and guided every step of the way. And then, if things went according to plan, this expedition into two-leg place would give him all he ever wanted. The gray cat led the way along the path and across an open space of reeking of two-leg monsters, where a swirl of color from unnatural orange lights floated on the puddles. He stopped by the entrance to a narrow valley and opened his jaws to draw in the scent of air. The tabby halted and did the same thing, disgustedly wiping his tongue over his lips at the stink of rotting two-leg food. "Is this the place?" he asked. "This is it," the gray warrior replied tensely. "Now remember what I told you. The cat we're gonna meet holds command over any cats. We must treat him with respect, Boulder. Have you forgotten who I am?" The tabby took a step forward so that he towered over his companion. The skinny gray cat's ears flattened. "No, Tiger Star, I have not forgotten. But you're not clan leader here." Tiger Star grunted. "Let's get on with it," he growled. Boulder turned into the alley. He stopped short after just a few paces with a huge shape loomed up in front of him. "Who goes there?" A broad-shouldered black and white cat stepped out of the shadows. Strong muscles were outlined under fur, plastered to his body by the rain. "Identify yourselves. We don't like strangers here." "Greetings, Bone," the gray warrior meowed steadily. "Remember me?" The black and white cat narrowed his eyes and was silent for a few moments. "So you've come back, have you, Boulder?" he meowed at last. "You told us you were going to find a better life in the forest. What are you doing here?" He took a step forward, but Boulder held his ground, unsheathing his claws against the uneven ground. "We want to see Scourge." Bone let out a snort, half contempt, half laughter. "I can't imagine that Scourge will want to see you. And who is this with you?" "Don't recognize him. My name is Tiger Star. I've come from the forest to speak with your leader." Bone's green eyes flicked from Tiger Star's to Boulder's and back again. "What do you want with him?" he demanded. Tiger Star's amber gaze burned with the two-leg lights reflected on the shining whetstones around him. "I'll discuss that with your leader, not his border patrol." Bone bristled and extended his claws, but Boulder quickly slipped between him and Tiger Star. "Scourge needs to hear this," he insisted. It could be every cat's advantage. For a few heartbeats, Bone hesitated, and then he stepped back, allowing Boulder and Tiger Star to pass. His hostile glare scorched their fur, but said nothing. Now, Tiger Star took the lead. treading cautiously as the light faded behind them. On either side, skinny cats were slinking behind piles of rubbish, eyes gleaming as they followed progress of the two intruders. Tiger Star's muscles tensed. If this meeting went wrong, he might have to fight his way out. A wall blocked the end of the valley. Tiger Star stared around, looking for the leader of these cats of Two-Leg Place. He was expecting an even more massive creature than the broad-shouldered bone. At first, his gaze swept upon the small black cat crouching in the shadowy doorway. Boulder gave him a nudge and jerked his head back in the black cat's direction. "There's Scourge." "That's Scourge?" Tiger Star's exclamation rang with disbelief above the falling rain. "He's no bigger than my apprentice." Shh! Panic flared in Boulder's eyes. "This may not be the clan as we know it, but these cats would kill if their leader ordered them to." "It seems I have visitors." The black cat's voice had a brittle, high-pitched sound like the splintering of ice. "I wasn't expecting to see you again, Boulder. I heard you've gone to live in the forest." "Yes, Scourge, I have," Boulder replied. "So what are you doing here?" Scourge's voice held the faintest suggestion of a snarl. "Have you changed your mind and come crawling back? Do you expect me to welcome you?" "No, Scourge." Boulder held the black cat's ice-blue gaze. "It's a good life in the forest. There's plenty of fresh kill, no two legs. You have come to extol the virtues of forest life." Scourge interrupted him with a flick of his tail. "Squirrels live in trees, not cats." His eyes narrowed, glinting with a pale fire. "So what do you want?" Tiger Star stepped forward, shouldering the gray warrior aside. "I am Tiger Star, the leader of the Shadow Clan," he growled, "and I have a proposition for you." That is the end of the prologue.